Hello everybody, welcome back to another Dark Souls video. I don't know where I want to go. I really don't know where I want to go. Wait, I forgot to see if I don't have any souls because I died. Yeah, I don't care about that. Okay, so we have two places that we can go. We can go after the King's Gardens, which is there a closer one? I guess not. That's where we would start. We can go to the King's Gardens, or we can go to the Dragon Armor Slayer. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What do I want to do next? I find both of them crappy. Although I kind of feel like I gotta go to the King's Gardens first. Clear out that area before I go and do anything else. Okay, I'm making a decision. I'm gonna go to the dreadful area. Oh, there be, praise the sun. Yeah. Oh, I really don't want to be down here. Hello, friendly, kind sir. Please don't hit me while my back is turned. Okay, see you later, buddy. Have a good trip. Okay, so we could get out early and do the drop, and I think I will. Here! Ooh, I called it. Can I drop over on this side? No, I can't. So I can only drop on this other side. I really don't want to deal with these guys. Oh, and I missed it. So glad I went that way instead of one of the other ways. Saved myself so much pain and annoyance. Well, let's dispatch this guy. Because he has like 0 hit points to him. I remember this guy from the cathedral. Just gotta backstab him a lot. No, no thank you. You do not need to do that, sir. Okay, so let's get our bearings again. Seems really loud, so I'm going to adjust the game volume just a little bit. It's already adjusted down. No, come on, just... Okay, you close. Okay, there we go. That's where we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it just like this. Okay, let's get our bearings. So this is where we came down. I think if I am willing to get toxic, there is a few shinies back there. I also don't know if I care. You've got these a-holes patrolling everywhere around you. There is some stuff underneath. Look, there's some slugs. I do know that if you go in that room, there's a couple of guys there, and then there's an elevator, and I think it's a shortcut. So we're just gonna go for it. And I think this takes us back to the Dragon Armor Slayer guy. Is that... No, this is somewhere else. Seriously, no bad guys here? There they are. he gonna drop down? That's the big question. Yeah, these guys are annoying. Oh, I thought I was getting invaded. That's like the invasion sound. So these guys are stronger now. They're being buffed. This guy is playing with IQ 200. Okay, we still got plenty of health. Is there anything else? Does not open from this side. Well, now it does. Okay, this is where we're at not too long ago. There was the big guy with the shield. We rode down that elevator. Now we can just come this way, and that allows us to avoid some of the poison. Forgot about that jump that we were, you know, taking on us before. Had a peanut stuck in there. I was eating a granola bar. Can I just say, I so love castle architecture. I mean, it just is amazing to me. I love it. I like looking at it. I've been to Neuschwanstein 3 times? I've been to Neuschwanstein 3 times. I love castles. I think that is one of the reasons why I love this game so much. I did notice this time that there was another shelf that you could hop out on. So I'm going to check out this other level, see what shinies are available. Right there! Okay, nothing else on those sides. See Scream. I'm just waiting for every shiny that I pick up. I'm just waiting for them to scream at me now. Was this it? The bellowing? I can never remember what I've gotten anymore. Dragon Scale Ring reduces damage from backstabs. So that would actually be good to have on if you're doing a lot of PvP. Because a lot of people that do PvP, they're actually really good at backstabbing. Okay, so we got rid of that guy. So he shouldn't buff the guy with the big sword anymore. The question is there another guy that... Oh, look, there's 2 guys with swords. One above my head and one above my head. The question is there another guy that's going to buff them? So we're going to walk back just a little bit. There's still obviously some more places that we can explore. I'm wondering if we do that first. I really don't like those guys. There's a guy laying against the tree. Is he going to be an enemy? He is. He is probably somebody that's going to turn into one of those hideous creatures. So we can run down and get this thing. Dark gem. Get it back out. We successfully did it, and we're going to run away from that guy. We do not wish to aggro him as of this point. So we have shinies under the middle area. We have shinies up here on the right, which is kind of what I'm thinking about going for next. So I think that guy's busy, and that guy, he's kind of busy, so we're just going to kind of go for it. Sounds like somebody's getting angry or growing in strength. Did I see him over here? There he is. So we can drop down and attack them. They do a ton of damage, though. We completely missed him. So I'm thinking, though, if we can get him into the right position where we can drop down him and just do that like 4 times, That would probably be a good scenario. Somebody died. Okay, where did he go? That does hardly any damage. Do I care at this point? That's the main question. No, don't go up the steps. Let me cheese you. Come on. Just get a little bit of that toxic damage. Is it worth it? No, it's not worth it, but we're going to do it anyways. Shinies, shinies, you can't spell. That's okay. Nobody knows how to spell shinies. Do you like Dark Souls or Blizzard games more? That is a very difficult question to answer. And it's hard too, right? Because Blizzard has so many different genre of games. They have your RTS, you have your MOBA, your RPGs, and then you have your hack and slash action adventure ones. Like, yeah, so if I'm only going to get a large Titanite shard from those guys, I really could care less. I think I am going to risk getting poisoned or toxic in order to collect the shinies. I think that's just something I'm gonna have to deal with. But I also love Dark Souls, this sci-fi, or not sci-fi, but the fantasy setting. I really do enjoy it. I'm toxic. Well, if I'm already toxic, might as well... Oh, that ticks my life really quickly. I like the difficulty of Dark Souls, because the higher level of difficulty also means the higher level of, I guess, reward. That feeling of having accomplished something difficult it's a good feeling. So I really like that too. That's why I like some of the more difficult games. Okay. We've explored this area pretty well. One more shiny. It's okay, we opened up a shortcut. We can get back to this particular point really quickly. Like for example, I've been playing Crash Bandicoot a little bit recently. I've gotten to the point where I've gotten all the gems on all the levels for Crash Bandicoot 1. I've gotten one of the keys, even though I should have gotten the other key, the second key. And I've got the timing runs for 5-6 levels. So I'm at like 92-93% done completion, like total completion of Crash Bandicoot 1. That is a rough game. I don't know if you've played that before, but there are a lot of cheap things about that game. And it has been a wild success. Like memorizing the maps where all of the enemies are going to be, where the jumps are, the timings. It's crazy. I love it. So that's one of the reasons why I like Dark Souls, is just because it's high difficulty, but that makes you feel like you've accomplished something difficult and gives you that wonderful feeling. Plus, like I was saying before, I don't know if you heard it, I really love castle medieval architecture. Like, this is just amazing. I would love to see this in person. Like, broken mechanics or just old school hard? So it's I did have the game on PlayStation. I still have my PlayStation. I shouldn't have gotten off. Consumed King's Gotten. So I did have an old copy of Crash Bandicoot. Sadly, I don't know where that copy is, but I've been playing it recently on the computer, the Crash Bandicoot trilogy that was remastered. So a lot of the old finicky controls that you would have to deal with previously, you don't have to deal with them as much anymore. So here's the other reason not to even worry about killing these guys. They just come back! So just old school hard. Old school hard. Like, it's like Dark Souls, right? Oh, you can't pause the game, I forgot. Dark Souls is so hard. One of the most difficult games in the world until it clicks. As soon as it clicks, it's not that hard of a game. You lock on, you rotate right. With that little bit of information, you can beat half of the characters in Dark Souls 1 with very little effort. Even some of the bosses, easy, just lock on, rotate right, and every once in a while you have to roll and dodge. So it's not broken mechanics, it's just hard. But once you've learned how the game works, it's simple. And that's kind of Crash Bandicoot. You know, it's a lot of the times you're going forward, sometimes you're going sideways, but trying to gauge the distance of a jump going forward is impossible until you just get used to sort of the average space or distance in between the jumping points. And then it's just sort of easy, right? So in order to get all the gems, some of the levels you have to play over and over and over and over and over again until you can get all of the boxes without ever having died once. I think that was a mistake. I think I'm just going to throw something at him to get his attention. What happened? Okay. Come over here, play with me. And Crash Bandicoot is that... So, I mean, after having put a good 10 hours into the game, it's not that hard anymore. It just takes time to do a completionist run. But overall, it's not that hard of a game. Okay, so apparently you can't backstab. Never beat Spider-Man Maximum Carnage for the SNES too hard. Oh, I bought the Super Nintendo Mini. Some of those games are ridiculous. Going back to some like NES games, they're ridiculously hard. I mean, I have an old school Nintendo along with some cartridges, and every once in a while I will pull it out and play some of those games. And was it... Oh, that's what it was. On the Switch, you know, I pay for the yearly thing so I can do multiplayer on the Switch. And they have access. They give you access to download and play some Nintendo and Super Nintendo games. And one of the games that came on was a game that I used to play on my Nintendo. It was Journey to Sirius. And, like, I think in my whole life I only ever got past the first boss 2 times. And I played the Switch again. The Switch version of it. And once again, I only got past... Like, I haven't gotten past the boss again. It's just ridiculous hard. The controls are a little sloppy. And it's just... They don't give you a lot of hit points. So you really have to memorize the levels so that you know when to jump, how to jump. And that was something that I noticed on Crash Bandicoot. Sometimes the levels were easier if you speed run them, because they're almost designed to... The trap ahead doesn't start moving until you've gotten to a certain distance from it. And it's also so happens to be that as you run, there's almost just the enough time to get to the trap and past that trap before it hits you. So you can either run up to the trap, wait until the timing is right, and then go, or you can just keep running and go. And so it feels like a lot of the old school Nintendo games are built so that you can just run, and then you just memorize things. Like Mario Brothers 2. Super Mario Brothers also. That's a game where if you just run and you learn where to jump, where not to jump, and how long to jump, but you just keep a constant speed going from left to right, you can memorize the levels and speed run it fairly easily. And a lot of the old school games are like that. But if you go slow or backtrack a little bit to try and figure things out, then you usually run into, you know, a harder time. So you had to play them with like confidence and courage, and they were a little bit easier then. It's funny, I pulled out the SNES Mini because my kids wanted to play a Mario game, and I didn't want to get out the old school Nintendo and deal with some of the complications that Nintendo had back in the day. I didn't want to deal with actually getting it loading and starting correctly. And the SNES Mini is just an emulator on a nice Raspberry Pi that's going to start up without any difficulty. And so I just wanted to get that up and running. And they've been playing it the last couple of days, and it's been kind of fun. Introducing my kids to the old school stuff. That's what it was. I got greedy. Just only one hit. There we go. One hit at a time. Don't get greedy. Don't hit them twice. Just one at a time. The fun thing is these guys, I believe, respawn every time you die. So it's kind of annoying. But you're not teaching them life lessons like blowing on cartridges. The blowing on cartridges that actually did nothing for you or your game state. Oh, should have saw that other attack coming. I lost my timing. No! I could have sworn that just one more hit would have staggered him, and that's why I kept going for it rather than being safe. Oh, I'm such an idiot. You never go for that last shot. You always die in Dark Souls if you just try and finish him off real quick. The key to Dark Souls is maintaining your composure. The longer you can just, oh, I got hit, let me back out, let's start the sequence over again. The more you can do that, the more success you're going to have with Dark Souls. My turn. That was unfortunate. That's a waste of an Estus. I see you up there. How did that hit me? Doesn't look like it took any damage off my health, but it sounded like it hit me. Come on and slam, and welcome to the gym. No shinies. Okay. One of the benefits of the last run, however, was that we were able to send the elevator back up. No. At least I'm pretty sure that both of them come back to life. Yeah. They're really not that hard to beat, too. You just... Oops. This takes a little bit of patience, is all. How, by the way, how are you doing, Pure? Or Red? Or whatever the heck you like to go as by these days. Oh, apparently you can backstab them. I actually don't want to be that close to the monstrosities. Thanks for your consideration. Back up, heal. Let's just heal up full. Swing, swing, swing! Give me that ember. Wah! My name is Amigo Montoya. You killed my previous self. Prepare to die. Too early. Too early. How am I still alive? Too early. Okay, let's reset here, bro. How am I still alive? Guess I was too early. He's doing way too much damage to me. This is unfair. There we go. Now I can't remember Magic Stoneplate Ring. So I feel like that guy was more difficult than the other ones. Dark Stoneplate Ring increases magic damage absorption. Maybe that's a sign of what's to come. You've been doing well. How was your week? I finished spackling the bathroom. So I've already got all the cement board done, the mesh tape, the thin set on top of that. I did I've already got the drywall and mesh tape, and I already did part of the spackling, but now the spackling is done. So the next step is to waterproof the cement board and all the area in the shower. And then I can start tiling. Once tiling's done, I can do texture on the walls, and then we're ready for paint and the actual fixtures, and it'll be nice. Other than that, things have been going normal. That was a great sound. Work's been work, for better and or worse. Sorcery ahead. Dragon ahead, therefore lightning required ahead. Let's go ahead and see what we can replace. Family's doing fine. I think we're just used to the state of the world regarding COVID-19. And then also school's out, so my wife has a schedule for them, and things are going fairly well. I think I'm going to try changing my things to Pure Red. If we ever make up an app, Pure DNA Studios would technically be the business name. That makes more sense. More productive than you've been? Why, what have you been up to lately? Just video games and Netflix? I don't remember this boss at all. I don't remember this boss at all. Ah, you ignorant slaves, finally taking notice. Oh, okay. Never mind, it's just captured.
Finally taken notice, have you? Of the power of my beloved Ocelot, child of dragons. Well, I will not give him up.
No? Okay.
For he is all that
I don't remember this guy at all. Oh, pretty much. I nailed it. Video games, Netflix. I almost feel like there's something special about this, like I'm supposed to be killing some eggs and not this guy. So I'm gonna run around, see if there's an egg somewhere. Well, I haven't beaten him yet. He kind of seems like he's holding on to something. That seems scary, so we're just gonna back away. I think this is one of those stupid Dark Souls bosses where there's like some gimmick.
Dear little Ocelot, where have you gone? Are you hiding from me? Come out. Come out. Don't be afraid. You were born a child of dragons. What could you possibly fear? Now, show yourself, Ocelot. My dear little Ocelot.
We're out of flasks. So he gets staggered pretty hard when you attack his tail. I feel like there's something specific that you should be doing. Kind of like the Yorm the Giant, where you got to get the big giant sword to actually do any kind of damage. There's also a dragon that we're going to fight a little bit later on where you can attack him, and take a millimeter off of his health with every hit. Or you can go up and then you can jump down and just kill him with one swipe. Like Dark Souls 1, I feel like... Wait, I feel like there's one boss where you kind of have to do things in a weird way. But the rest of the bosses are just straight up boss fights. That's it. Dark Souls 3, there's a lot of these little... Oh, you gotta do things in a specific way. And I'd say that's more of cheap mechanics. Okay, so we can drop down early. I wonder if the guy who dropped the magic ring will not spawn anymore, in which case it will be really easy to run past the other guy and just directly back into the boss fight. And we're gonna get rid of this. 34 minutes in. Oh, I'm not gonna say it. Well, I am gonna say it, but I'm gonna regret it later. We should be able to defeat this boss. Just love this environment. And he's gonna fall off. Yep, that's fine. Okay, so both of them are here, so we just need to hug the wall, dodge that one attack of this guy's, and then we should be able to get past and do the boss fight. So lightning, we could probably imbue our sword with lightning. Ouch. Didn't need to do the double drink, but we did anyways. That was a jerk move. Okay.
Dear little Ocelot, where have you gone? Are you hiding from me? Come out.
Too early? Okay. Whew.
Don't be afraid. You are born a child of dragons. What could you possibly fear? Now, show yourself, Ocelot. My dear little Ocelot.
Oh, come on. Shouldn't have double drank there. Okay, I think we're just going to play it safe, going for 1 or 2 hits and then back the heck out. Okay. Something's changed about you, man. Something's changed. Ocelot, there's a baby. I mean, we could use lightning pine resin. Or was it gold pine resin to get lightning on our sword? That will get us to phase 2 more quickly. But I think we're going to have to learn how phase 2 plays out. Wait, no, I thought that was a shiny. Okay, well, we are steadily doing better. Instead of doing what I normally do, which is I do really well on the first attempt, and then the next 4 or 5 attempts are just utter and complete trash. I am just steadily progressing and getting a little bit better. Trying to be a little bit more cautious, not run in there thinking that I know what's going on. Does seem, at least for the first phase, if you can get in behind him, either kind of in his crotch area or right in his butt area. Oh, I missed it. Well, you are going to have a little bit better of a chance. Then phase 2, I just don't know enough about phase 2 yet, unfortunately. So phase 1, so my tactic going in here is we're going to go in. We're gonna dodge, collect my souls, and then try and play the first phase calmly. And then when we get to phase 2, just try and learn. Okay, souls are on the right. Ouch!
Where have you gone? Are you hiding from me? Come out. Come out. Don't be afraid.
So apparently he can hit you right in this crotch area.
Possibly fear. Now, show yourself, Ocelot. My dear little Ocelot.
Yeah. Okay, that's phase 2. I think. Is that phase 2? No, it's not phase 2. I meant to roll away. Okay. Oh, oh, oh. Can we get there in time? I'm gonna preemptively do this. Which is good, because I would have been dead there. Blocked it. Tail whip? Nope. Save the stamina. Get in there. Preemptive. Because he hits hard sometimes. I love how, like, none of those hit. Heal up. Get some free hits. Kind of went to end it there. I should not have. Heal up, heal up. It was now or never. Do I ever look up guides if I get stuck? Yes, kind of. Okay. Deep breaths. Let me calm down. I actually had a lot of adrenaline and other crap going on there, so need to cool down just a teeny tiny bit. Okay, let's rest, go spend our souls before we drop them. Yep. Okay, adrenaline's pumped through, gotta calm down. Yeah, for example, where was I? I got somewhere in this playthrough where I was like, I'm done. I don't know where else to go. And so at that point in time, I will look at walkthroughs as to where the areas are and how to get to them, just so that I can experience more of the game. As to how to beat, like best beats the bosses and other enemies, I don't look at those. Nope. We'll do this, and then I'm sure we have at least 3,000 souls somewhere else. So I will every once in a while, because I mean, this is a game to be enjoyed, and I feel like even if I'm the idiot in the situation, I feel like game developers should have created a way that would tell you where you can go forward. So I do feel like that is the responsibility of a game developer, is to make sure that the player knows where they can go. But other than that, no, I don't look at walkthroughs or anything.
Just good, wasn't he?
So last time I played through, there were times where I'd get stuck. Like Yorm the Giant, right? The only reason why I knew how to beat Yorm the Giant in the first place was because I was streaming and people told me, you gotta go pick up the weapon and use that weapon. And then they even... Because they don't tell you how to use that weapon either. Like even this playthrough, I already knew the mechanic. I knew I had to go get the weapon, I had to equip it, but then I couldn't remember how to use it. And there's no guide on how to use it so that it actually does what it's supposed to do. And luckily there was somebody in chat when I was fighting Yorm the Giant that could tell me exactly how to use that so that I could actually beat that boss. I think that's one of the differences with Dark Souls 3 is that these bosses that I was talking about, where they have special mechanics, they do it a lot more in 3 than in 1. Which is also why I feel like 1 is better. There's no cheap mechanics, you fight, you get used to their moveset and you fight. Let's get my shield up. Don't have that.
Be careful.
Okay. I guess we can go and buy 2 embers from this lady. The other thing that you can do if you get stuck on a boss is usually ember up, or what is it in Dark Souls 1? You go hollow if you die. I can't believe I can't remember that terminology. You can reinforce the bonfire, or you can... Oh my goodness, I can't remember.
Ashen 1.
Basically go human again, and then you can summon other friends to help you fight. What was it? I did look at Crash Bandicoot, because I was talking about how I was just playing that. I did look up how to get a key, because I didn't understand how to get a key. And then I read that, okay, when you do a core... What is his name? Geo... It's not NGO, but Cortex. When you do one of the Cortex missions, like you get 3 Cortex tags, and then you can go to a bonus area and break more boxes and stuff. At the end of those, he will drop a key, and you pick up the key. Like, how am I supposed to know that? It's kind of random whether or not I went to that one specific pixel spot where the key was to pick it up, or I didn't. And so that one was, I had to look that up to see where that was. And then there was another time, one of the levels, I could not find one of the Cortex tags, and so I did look up a walkthrough. So I'll put myself through some pain to try and figure out where it is, but at the same time, I don't have unlimited time, and I don't care that much, so there are random times that I do look up guides to figure out certain things. Does this take me to the tombs? And then ultimately the king? In which case, should I go and do... Well, we got 10 minutes. I'm not going to do dragon armor. Dragon armor slayer. I'm going to do this. What about you? What are your takes on guides? He's so tired. They're all so tired. I don't know if any of these guys are coming to life, so I am going to check them all. Look, there's one alive. Now the question is, are there any shinies hiding? Tears. Sadness. The other question is there a necromancer that's going to bring these guys back to life? Oh, is this the Lord Vessel? Path of the Dragon. Wait, what was Path of the Dragon? Is it one of these? Doors is gnawing. Summon great insect swarm. Oh yeah, it's that one lady's. Yeah, so I have no idea what I just picked up there. That's always a fun time. If you're willing to put the time and effort into it, you can learn what all of these things do. If you aren't willing to put the time and effort into it, then it's a bunch of weird things. Seriously, what did I just pick up? Dragon Torso Stone? Gain Dragon Torso and roar like a dragon. That's probably... No, it was like Path of the Dragon. Whatever. I don't care enough right now to try and figure it all out. Hidden path ahead. Liar. So trusting. How did somebody die here? It's not a mimic. Titanite scale. Great. They didn't lie. Try vigor. Ally required ahead. So we're at 1,750 souls, which really is not that many. There's a bonfire right there. Is this a fake bonfire? No enemy ahead. Are they lying? Wait. Is this the opening area? I think this is the opening area again, right? Shriving Storm. Yeah, this is totally opening area, but in darker times, do we travel through time? Because this is where you spawn at the beginning of Dark Souls 3. Oh, this is great. Go for the big guy first. Ashen Estus Ring. Stamina back. Then we can kill these guys. Increases FP restored with the Ashen. I don't care about that. I don't use the FP. So this is the very opening area. I think now to be more efficient I'll use guides for some things, but I do like the unknown of the old days before spoilers. Like in Dark Souls, I mean I've already played it so I really don't care if something's spoiled because I've already experienced it. But I do enjoy trying to figure out, like if I see a shiny, I do enjoy trying to figure out how to get to that shiny. Excuse me. I feel like that's fun and interesting to me. The dog was a cheap move. So was Fire Breath. Why was I not able to roll down that wall, that walkway? Why? That's true. Back when I was a kid, like you got one game, and you played that one game for like, where to collect the shiny, so I don't care. You played that one game for a long time before you got another game. Like you almost became a master at that one game. Yeah, just you come. No doggy. And nowadays, there's so many game makers. That games are coming out at a crazy pace. Souls retrieved. Titanite chunk. Will I just aggro you? Right bumper for the win! There's 2 more doggos there. There's a lot more doggos. I got lucky with that second swing. I will admit. Go away, doggos. Okay, and then in the opening of Dark Souls 3, over in this area, there was a crystal lizard. So, I'm interested in seeing what's over here now. Time for revenge. What do you mean, time for revenge? Ugh, there's 2 of them. Here's the question, how far do they chase? Come on, he's almost dead. I find it hilarious that they're chasing me this far. Too early. Not enough stamina to finish him off. Dang. There we go. 4 Titanite scales. Let's go see what they were guarding now. Like, I subscribe to Humble Bundle monthly. And so every month I get 10 new games. And some of them I may or may not ever play. There's just so many games to play. And then, you know, you get games that you actually like playing over and over again, like Heroes of the Storm. And then you're like, is that what I want to do? Do I want to play one game that I enjoy over and over and over again? Or do I want to experience as many games as possible? And I'm stuck where I want to do both. And so my games library just keeps growing and growing and growing and is at a ridiculous size. That mixed with the fact that I have 5 kids and a wife, so I don't have that much time to play video games. Pretty much just Thursday nights, and yeah. Sorcerer, I don't remember that. Oh, this guy. Any shinies? Nope, no shinies for me. You're so rude. Hello and goodbye. Appreciate your time here. This is not a full path. It's okay, we can lead him towards me. And wasn't there another guy down here too? No shinies this time, however. At the beginning of the game, there is a shiny down here, so it is worthwhile to come down here. Did he drop down, or is he's just shooting from above? We'll let him have that one, right? That'll be good. Get that guy out of the way from when I drop in just a second. And of course I wasn't paying attention for 2 seconds. Hello, friend. Okay, so we do kind of want to come down here. That was enough to kill him. Good. A hidden blessing. Can't remember if there was a guy there. Oh, there's still a couple here. Okay. This is the first boss of the game. Got 27,000 souls. 5 Estus flasks. Let's see if we can get him again. It's like, I can't remember. Do you still fight him? Hey. That's totally uncalled for, sir. Too early. I remember that was a scary move. He's staggered. Come on, dude. 4 attacks? Come on, you get 3 attacks before you're done. Let's just do 2. Enough with the backward kick, you jerkus McGurkus. Too early. Oh. There we go. Whoo, 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 whoo. Sword of Champion Gundyr. Oh look, there's a shiny over here that I didn't notice. Shinies. Black Knight Glaive. Hey. Okay, we're gonna open this door. And then we're going to go sit down at our bonfire. That's going to do it for this episode. Hey, you know, 2 bosses. I'm happy with that. Wait. Is this one of those areas where... I can't remember. Do I teleport back to Firelink Shrine? Or am I dunsies until I do something specifically? No, okay. Okay. Well, this is going to be the end of the episode. Thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate your company. Until next time, feel free to watch some of my other videos. And as always, make sure you're having yourself a wonderful day. Bye, guys.